Here's a narrative that has been bubbling around for a long time, and I want to talk about it in terms of your pricing, your packaging, and some thoughts that I have about it. So for a while now, there has been this narrative about paying huge amounts of money, or unless you pay huge amounts of money for coaching, you're not going to do anything. And actually, there is so much more to it than that. Firstly, I think that some people who pay out loads and loads of money are shocked when they realize that they actually have to do something. And I know that when people say, once you make the decision, the net will appear, anybody can make a payment, whether that's £1 or £10,000. Most of us have banking apps, and we know how to put in our card details. Making the payment is a logistical thing from the beginning. Have you got the money? Do you have the means to pay for it? Great. But that is only a tiny, tiny piece of the puzzle. If you want the results, you have to show up. We've seen this in so many different ways. Well, I paid for my 12 months of going to the gym, so why don't I have the gym body? Well, maybe you haven't been. And yes, we've all been there. We've all been those moments where it's like, oh, wow, I haven't been this week. I haven't been last week. Can't really remember when I last went. But what I want to remind you today, and to think about in terms of your pricing and your packaging as the business owner, what you want to have more than the price is that sense that this person is going to get results. Now, when you're thinking about this big investment, maybe for your higher end packages, maybe it is that one-on-one support of checking in every day, etc. Equally, if you are offering something, is there a way that person could, like on the lower end of the scale, that person could still be accountable? And I think that we have to question this myth, because not everybody, most people in fact, do not have thousands and thousands of pounds lurking in the back of their cupboard that they just don't know what to do with. Even if they do, there are so many other ways that money could be used. And so we also have to, instead of selling this package, this just exchange of money, is that person ready to do the work? Is that person ready to be responsible and to do the thing? And I know myself, when I've made those investments in myself, yes, it has made me up my game. But I also knew that those investments for myself were not going to do anything for me or give me a return on investment unless I showed up. And actually what I found over time is when I've been ready, I have been all in. I've been on every call, everything in that Facebook group, whatever it might be, saying, right, I'm doing this. This is happening. And I think so many of us have to understand the nuance of that investment. It has to be an investment maybe in money, but also time, effort, resilience, getting to know yourself, doing the hard things when you don't want to do them, but doing them anyway. I actually had this conversation with one of my children the other day who had been to a training, and they were just saying, like, it was all right. It was all right tonight. I didn't play my best. And I said, sometimes it's just about showing up and listening. You don't have to be the best. But that sense of showing up each and every time, that's what's going to build those results over a longer term. So think about how that works as a client. What are you ready to do? And think about, secondly, what that means in terms of you selling your packages and prices and services.